Have you ever wondered if size really matters in the NFL? Well, the smallest guy on the field made the biggest plays.
Mr. Electricity, Darren Sproles.
Slow that down, man.
Darren Sproles turned 5 feet 6 inches into a matchup nightmare that defenses couldn't solve.
Darren Sproles off to the races. Touchdown, the little guy.
Most all-time yards in the history of our game in a season, Darren Sproles.
Before we jump into the video, I want to thank you all for 300 subscribers. Also, I'm still doing a $50 PlayStation gift card giveaway for 100 subscribers, so make sure you comment your favorite player and why down below. Huge thanks for the support. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and another giveaway is coming soon when we hit that milestone. Now let's dive into the story of Darren Sproles, a player who outplayed everyone despite being the shortest on the field. Darren Lee Sproles was born June 20th, 1983 in Waterloo, Iowa. From the start, he was smaller than most players around him, but size never slowed him down. He played anywhere he could, developing quick feet, shifty moves, and a fearless mindset to battle bigger opponents.
I am Darren, I'm 43, and I'm running back.
He attended Olathe North High School in Kansas, where his skills started turning heads. Despite his size, he was a multi-position threat and showed the toughness that would define his game. After high school, he didn't jump immediately to a Power 5 program. Instead, he went to Garden City Community College. At Garden City Community College, Sproles dominated. His speed and vision earned state and conference honors as he racked up yards both rushing and receiving. This hard work paid off with a transfer to Kansas State in 2003, the next big step for the future NFL star. At Kansas State, Sproles became one of the most versatile weapons in college football. He rushed for 4,979 yards and added 1,833 receiving yards. That's not common for a running back his size. In 2003, his junior year, he set a Big 12 record with 2,735 all-purpose yards. That's rushing, receiving, and returns combined.
And the K-State offense struggling to find a rhythm here. Under pressure, the screen's a great call. Here's Sproles, and Sproles breaks free. First down to the 36-yard line.
Lutzes have done well on third down.
And here comes Sproles breaking the daylight. Midfield, foot race. Perkins got the angle. Out of bounds, inside the 20-yard line.
Little tank with a lot of speed. That's a nice combination. Little pitch play, runs right through a tackle. One of the few tackles you'll see an Oklahoma team miss, and I think it's because his size is an advantage.
He earned first-team All-American honors and was the team captain. His 28 single-game, single-season, or career records at K-State reflect a player rewriting the rules of size and production.
I don't know. It's like they didn't have me running power the whole game. You know what I'm saying? They use me screen pass. They draw me sometimes. Just stuff like that. Hard work. Hard work. Pretty much it just You got to work for everything. Nothing's going to be handed to you. That's what I got out from it.
He taught you that?
Yes.
When you're being recruited,
That's through the whole program.
Coaches and NFL scouts took notice not just of his numbers, but of his game intelligence.
I think he can. I think when you look at his fitness level, and I think his size is there may be a little misconception there. He's 200 pounds. You know, I think that's where he's short, but he's not small. And I think there's a difference between that. Sometimes you worry if someone's a smaller guy, Damaris Johnson. You know, you obviously couldn't put Damaris in there. You know, Damaris did a great job for us spelling us at running back in the preseason, but we were very concerned. You know, how many times I was really nervous in the one game where we had a couple guys down. How many times can we really run Damaris, because it's a different type of body. But I think when you look at Darren, he's really, really put together, and he's probably the most fit guy on our team. I mean, there's a special quality to him from that standpoint. And I don't know if we knew that when we got him, you know, when we first looked at him.
His ability to find space, catch passes out of the backfield, and return kicks and punts with sure hands and blazing speed.
You have to ask yourself, do you want to be good or great? Like with your sport. If you want to be great, you got to do the little extras to be great.
The San Diego Chargers selected Darren Sproles in the 4th round of the 2005 NFL Draft.
In fact, he's only 5'6", about 188 pounds, but he's KSU's all-time leading rusher. That says a lot. Talk about his ability to avoid and not let that frame. He's only about 5'6", like I said, about 188. They get to 190, 193, and that's it. Can flat out fly. He's a good return man. He can catch the ball. You can find him out of the backfield. Remember, he's not that tall, so getting the ball to Darren Sproles won't be easy for the quarterback. But I'll tell you, you look at a team that can utilize a kid in different ways. San Diego has LaDainian Tomlinson. They don't need a feature back, but they got a guy now that can be like a Dave Meggett when he was with the New York Giants, a role-type player for Drew Brees and the San Diego Chargers.
And Tomlinson had to work through some injuries last year. Probably could have used more of a breather than he got.
Well, guys, let's revisit the Cincinnati Bengals. We just spoke with David Pollack. He joins that Marvin Lewis defense. Year 3 for Marvin Lewis.
At 5 feet 6 inches and about 190 pounds, he wasn't the prototypical NFL back, but his tape promised something special.
Sproles, the tailback in the eye. Sproles, nice little hesitation move. Sproles to midfield into Raider territory. Thomas Howard dragged him down from behind, but a gain of 11 and a first down, San Diego.
Continue for Rob Ryan and company. But watch, there's really not much to work with here. Darren Sproles, 5'6", all of them. Everybody probably his whole life told him he was too small to play football. Well, if you can't find him, you can't tackle him, and that is somehow rubbing that eye pretty consistently. Don't know if he got poked in the eye or not.
So Darren Sproles will take the handoff, and he bounces for a first down to about the 11-yard line. They need to get to the 2 for a first down. Rivers with Sproles on the screen. Sproles is in. Darren Sproles' second receiving touchdown of the season, and the Chargers widen their lead. And for Phillip Rivers, touchdown pass number 24.
Sproles quickly made his mark on special teams, becoming one of the NFL's best punt and kickoff returners. Over 6 seasons with the Chargers, he accumulated all-purpose yards and showcased his versatility as a runner and receiver, even taking on pass protection duties with growing reliability.
Great playoff game in San Diego. LaDainian Tomlinson, first injured, then unavailable. Darren Sproles, the man they call the lightning bug, was just simply lightning. 328 total yards. He set up his own game winner, and Sproles finished it off. Chargers win 23-17 in overtime. Ed Werder managed to do what the Colts could not and catch up with Sproles.
When did you know that LaDainian wasn't going to be able to come back and you were going to have to take over for him?
Probably like the end of the first quarter I knew. The coach, he came over to me and said, you need to be ready. You need to be ready.
After the fumble, how did you feel? Did you feel like you were going to get a chance to redeem yourself?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they kept telling me I was going to get another chance. So I just kept rolling.
LaDainian came over and talked to you right after that. What did he say?
Let that go. Let that go. You don't get another chance.
And what about on the touchdown run? What did you see when you got the ball?
wide open field.
All right, Darren Sproles replaces LaDainian Tomlinson. The Chargers advance. Back to you.
Among his many highlights, multiple games with over 100 all-purpose yards, clutch catches, and highlights reels full of agility and balance that left defenders grasping air. But why did Darren Sproles succeed despite his size? It starts with his center of gravity. At 5 feet 6 inches, he changed direction faster than almost anyone. His hips and feet snapped quickly, allowing him to evade defenders in tight spaces. His pad level was low, making tackles harder. Defenders tried to grab him high or wrap him up, but his agility and balance kept him upright and moving forward. And add elite vision. He read blocks like a chess player, anticipating opening lanes before they developed.
Sanchez gets it out to Sproles. Sproles has running room. Sproles inside the 20, 10, he'll score! You've been touting that all game long, David Neal.
I have. Darren Sproles is a matchup nightmare.
Great kick. Sproles all the way back to the 10. Going forward. Sproles making people miss. Still going. Darren Sproles. Look at him go. One man to beat. 89 yards. Touchdown.
Plus, his reliable hands and feet made him a dual threat. Catch passes in traffic, run between tackles, and return kicks with equal excellence.
Last time you may remember, Sproles had it bounce, but it cost him big time field position. And he will handle this one from the 18-yard line. Look out! Sproles down the sideline with a punter to beat. Still on his feet, no penalty flags. 100-yard return on an interception by Jenkins. And now an 83-yard punt return for a touchdown by Darren Sproles.
Sproles made defenses pay through the air, too. His route running was crisp and precise. In the slot, he created separation with subtle head fakes and quick cuts.
Yeah, I mean, it helps us diversify. I'm just happy for him. You know, that guy's been battling through a lot of stuff this year. For him to finally be out there with us and back on the field, you know, and to tell you the truth, I don't know. You'd have to ask. I don't know if they were doing anything different. Maybe offenses did some different things. I haven't really analyzed, I guess, that part of it. I think that I've just tried to look at, you know, what they do defensively, what have they done, and they're very much, you know.
He caught under heavy coverage, often turning short passes into huge gains with his explosiveness and dodge moves. Quarterbacks trusted him on critical downs because he rarely dropped the ball.
Keep your eye on 43.
Every time that guy touched the ball, I had my helmet in my hands because he could easily score a touchdown.
My hands are shaking. I'm on my knees. So just remind me.
Mr. Electricity, Darren Sproles.
Slow that down, man.
That dual threat, running and catching, made him nearly impossible to defend. Lines slowed, linebackers hesitated, and safeties struggled to keep up. Few players changed games like Sproles in the return game. His patience and vision were his greatest weapons. He let blocks form, froze coverage with shifty moves, then exploded through seams with rare speed.
Gotta be real careful with this ball. Norton gets it away. Big quick. 5 yards. Sproles to the 35. Hits the accelerator. Sproles at the 40. Makes out Norton. Darren Sproles gone. Touchdown. Eagles.
Why you would bunt the ball to Darren Sproles in the middle of the field, I have no idea. He has burned so many people for so many years. I'm shocked. Great work by Sproles, but you can't block this return much better. Should not give him the football ever.
He was secure with the ball, dropping very few returns over his career. His decision-making was near perfect, knowing when to fair catch or take a risk.
Shifty. I mean, I remember even when we played him, I came downhill on him, and he just juked me. He gave me a and
and just took off, and I think he scored on that play, and it was a big third down.
He's done it again! Darren Sproles!
He plays big. He came back from his MCL, and he's a phenomenal player.
You a bad boy. Hey! You a bad boy.
Sproles been doing it for a while, and he's dangerous, and there's ways that he can just take over a game.
Yep, touchdown. Sproles takes the snap, gives it off to Sproles, tries to turn the corner. He's at the 10, he's at the 5, he's in for a touchdown. Darren Sproles. There we go, baby. There we go.
Those returns weren't just highlights. They shifted momentum and field position, giving his teams a consistent edge. He finished his career with over 11,300 return yards, one of the best totals ever. After 2010, Sproles signed with the Saints, where he set the NFL single-season all-purpose yards record in 2011 with 2,696 yards, an astonishing feat for any player, let alone one his size. He later joined the Eagles, where he was a multi-time Pro Bowler and a key contributor to their Super Bowl 52 victory. His leadership and reliability helped elevate younger players and added a new dimension to the Eagles' offense. Coaches appreciated his versatility and toughness, using him as a runner, receiver, blocker, and returner late into his career.
His height and his size really played to an advantage for him. He's got all these big offensive linemen, these big defensive linemen, and defensive people can't find him. And he has great vision in regards to where to go with the ball. People just couldn't find him, and he'd find that crease that was there, and bang, all of a sudden he was gone.
He was All-American again, 5th in the Heisman. And he went to the combines and the measurables again, and they called his name, and he stood up there and they said his height, 5'6". And a lot of owners and a lot of coaches, giggling. He stepped on the scale, 170. They even laughed even harder. So he called me after it was over with, and he said, Dad, he said, they laughed at me. And I said, well, you know what you gotta do then, right? He said, I'll make sure they know who I am.
Darren finished his NFL career with 3,552 rushing yards and 23 rushing touchdowns, 4,840 receiving yards and 32 receiving touchdowns, and a staggering 11,313 return yards. That's nearly 20,000 all-purpose yards, ranking him in the top 6 all time. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler and an NFL record holder. More than numbers, his legacy is proof that size doesn't define greatness. Heart, smarts, and skill do.
Kind of known like the teams would worry about my size. They told me if I was like 5'8", 5'9", I would have been a top 5 pick. The hardest part of it was seeing running backs go that you knew that you were better than. It was all the process.
Jack of all trades type. It's Darren Sproles to San Diego. If you look at a kid here at Kansas State, he carried the load there despite the fact he's only 5'6", but he's KSU's all-time leading rusher. That says a lot. Can flat out fly.
When he got to San Diego, he was like 5 on the running back dip squad. He was like, man, you got to start from the bottom again out there. You got to start from the bottom again. And he carved out a niche in the NFL. It's still going on 13 years later.
I want to be remembered as a player, man, that gave everything he got.
One Steeler defender finds Sproles. Sproles cuts back to the middle. Sproles wiggles twice. Yes, he takes it home for the touch.
Sproles' longevity came from preparation. He studied tape constantly, focused on perfecting technique, and took care of his body with conditioning and smart nutrition. That helped him avoid big hits and extend his playing days. Mentally, he stayed hungry and humble. He embraced his role fully, be it on special teams or the offense, always ready to make the biggest play when his number was called. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment down below your favorite player and why for our $50 PlayStation giveaway. The winner's comment will be pinned in this video. Good luck. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers and there's another giveaway coming soon. Like, subscribe, and comment your favorite underestimated football player. Darren Sproles proves smaller players can dominate with vision, heart, and craft. If you love this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell us who we should do a video on next here at Under the Helmet. Keep loving the game.